I think it's difficult to pin down where stuff like this starts. I think, like most writers, we kind of have characters come to us in our minds all the time, and the most persistent ones are the ones that we write down. I think that's true for a lot of folks. So that's what happened with these characters. And I was on a long road trip, and I ended up at a writers' conference, which was great because that gave me some time to work on this project. I didn't even know what it was going to be yet, but I remember sitting on a beach on an island up in the San Juan Islands with my notebook and a pen, and I started word one of sentence one of chapter one of what became this novel. So it's really exciting that it was just me being in the world and sensing these characters for so long, and then being able to put kind of a voice to that was very satisfying. And actually, what I wrote that first day, that first week, turned out to be chapter one almost in entirety. So that's very satisfying as a writer. Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. It was chronological, but I can understand why you would think that you could write each character's story, their arc individually, but that's not the case for this one. I did just write it from beginning to end, as the final product you see now. For me, writing is like watching a film, and so I was writing down the film that I was seeing, and it was just cutting from scene to scene, of character to character, what they were experiencing. It was more like each character was saying, now it's my turn to talk, now it's my turn to talk. So I just had to get out of my own way and let them, essentially, yeah. I was thinking about this, I have been thinking about this, because I've had such a fantastic experience with the library. It's really been tremendous. And really, I think essentially I was thinking of so many of my coworkers that are writers or musicians or artists, and the reality of our lives right now is that you have to have a different job to support yourself and support your family. And as much as we would love to be living in, I don't know, 1920s France and being able to, write full-time as our careers, that's not so realistic right now. And so the publishing process can be daunting, and it takes a long time, and you send the query letters out, and there's a lot of rejection, and you're just putting a lot of energy into that to make that happen. But the Library Writers Project, being this different format, is such a great platform for folks like myself who don't have the time or the energy to put into the querying process and all of that, but still have something that you want to get out to the world. And I'm so grateful that they did this. I really am. I think it's a fantastic platform, and I think that a lot of people are going to be very successful through this. It's really been very special. Yeah. I loved working with the librarians. I love them so much that I actually wrote my acknowledgement in my book. I dedicated to one of them because I had such a positive experience. I think that librarians they are just the most enthusiastic people about readers and writers equally, and it seems like they love matching up readers and writers. And so to get to be a part of that process and get some of that enthusiasm towards you was really amazing. And the librarian that I especially worked with was so positive and was just very encouraging all along. And they seemed to feel that way about all the books that they were going through. It wasn't just mine, and so that was a really special part. Yeah. Oh, again, I'm so grateful and so appreciative of the whole thing, because having my book as an ebook with the library, that itself felt like a success. And the fact that people were reading it and enjoying it, I was so grateful for that. And then to get this new information that they were partnering with Ooligan to get books published in a physical format, an actual book you can hold. Oh, I was over the moon. It was so exciting. So it was a really, really cool thing to find out about, and to find out that I get to be a part of it. And then working with Ooligan, they've been fantastic. The final product, I think, is beautiful and amazing. And there was lots of sculpting and crafting that had to happen through the editing process, as there is with any book. And the folks at Ooligan really did a good job of helping me create something that I just absolutely love and I'm so proud of. Yeah. For me, it was very organic. It wasn't something that I spent a lot of time prepping in advance. I would sort of see a thread and follow it. And then when I started to see some themes develop on their own through these characters, I realized that that's really what I needed to focus on. Some of the symbolism was intentional from the start. Each character is an element which isn't, said, it's kind of subtle, hopefully, but that certainly wasn't intentional. And then I think the themes about the gifts, the title, The Gifts We Keep, I mean, it's referencing to a scene where people lose physical gifts, but really the parts that are important are what we have in ourselves, and so much of that is what we're born into and what we grow into, and the parts of ourselves that we value and that other people value. And so those other themes just kind of came along through the process of writing it. I certainly didn't plan that initially. It kind of surprised me in some places. So I hope that answered that. Yeah, so essentially, it's a great question, because essentially there's two different versions of it in the world. We had the one that I published as an ebook, which I was very proud of, and then the one that is being published as this physical book, which I'm even more proud of, because I think the editors did a really nice job, and so it's been streamlined and crafted into something that's slightly different. But it is funny, I still have affection for that first version, as we do for all of our great creations, but I absolutely love where we landed with the final version. I'm very proud of that.